Hello everyone. We're going to be doing another Shark Tank India analysis today. We are going to be analyzing most valued businesses from episode 10 through 20. I'm in the small window over here on the left hand side. So let's just begin. Let's dive into it. Number 20, the least valuation that someone got on Shark Tank India in episodes 10 through 20 is Cocofit. And the reason why these guys got less valuation is because they asked for less valuation. They asked for a valuation of 100 rupees and they got it. This is a franchise business, a very genius idea if you ask me. They came here in Shark Tank India to get the network of sharks, and that they got it. There are inherent risk in these businesses, like people would not be interested in doing a business like this, but multiple sharks proposed them for equity in their company because they saw some value. So if you are a more aggressive type of investor, you would see value in Cocofit. A very interesting franchise idea, which needs to be perfected for sure, but I think that is why they came to Shark Tank India. So the valuation they got is of 100 rupees. This is the valuation they came for. The gross margin is 90% because they are a complete franchise business. So everything that they own is mostly net profit. And last year sales were 2.4 crore, and these are again franchise sales. So they just sold so much franchise that they grossed 2.5 crore rupees almost in the last year. So great business. On number 19, we have Otua. This is the small little auto that these two guys are developing, and a very prototype stage product. Nothing there. I don't think there were any sales, and it was hard to convince sharks to invest into this business. As you can see, this is just a fancy auto, and the valuation that they got on Shark Tank was 1 crore because it is in complete prototype stage, and this is nobody has any idea of if this will succeed or not. So this is why it's such a low valuation. The next on number 18 is PNT Robotics. PNT Robotics is these two guys creating this fancy little robot. This is the old Japanese style robot that we are used to seeing, the Asimov kind of things, but they are using it for teaching student robotics first of all, and then doing some advertising and hospital based revenue. But all of that is very sketchy. They don't have a business model. They don't know where the revenues are coming from, where the cash flow will come from. Nothing. They have no idea. They just know how to build robots, and they teach people how to build robots. So that is not a good scalable business. But they still got an offer, and the valuation is 1.25 crore. And the valuation, I think, is for these two engineers because they know how to solve a problem more than for the product. I think the eventual product that you'll see out of PNT Robotics will be much more sophisticated and nothing what it looks like today. On number 17 is Farda. Farda is this fancy apparel company where these two very young people created these apparels which are very funky, very stylish according to some sharks, but I didn't find them stylish actually. They're really funky, really teen, and the quality is pretty good is what Namita was saying, so probably the quality is great, but the style and fashion is something really new age, and I don't know how much can these guys produce in the style segment. The style segment is a very competitive segment because 18 to 23-year-olds are really choosy, really picky, and style changes on you even before you know it. So a very risky business, inherent risks in this business, but these two were really good pitchers and really honest entrepreneurs. So the valuation that they got is 1.5 crore, which is fair, I think, because the amount of sale that they made last year is 5.2 lakhs. So a very generous valuation that these entrepreneurs got based on just their idea and their passion for this business. On number 16 is Loka. Loka was one of my favorite entrepreneurs. This guy is creating a metaverse. His company is creating a metaverse. What for, I don't know. Or what is the hook, like mentioned on the show, to come to this metaverse is really difficult. Metaverse is, as a concept, might pick up, might not pick up. We don't know if people will actually end up going to the metaverse. But this guy was really good. He's really good at the entrepreneurial spirit. He acknowledges that he has a very strong tech team and a very strong sales team and stuff like that, but he's very strong in convincing them. What a great answer that was. So he realizes his strengths, his weaknesses, and he's someone who's definitely a leader, and will definitely, given a chance, will come up with a good, well executing company. So, and he has tech knowledge, and tech is a very hot area right now. Just given the right problem set for his opportunities, he can develop something really big. The valuation he got was 1.6 crore. This is just based out of his talent and nothing else. People just valued his talent on the show, the metaverse idea and everything that he created. If he would have just stood there without any product, people would have still valued him at this value, I think. So great guy. Moving on, number 15 is find your kicks. This is one of those marketplace ideas where you go and buy expensive shoes. I don't know what kind of market that is in India. People always want to buy expensive things to show off. So I think there is a market, and it's not that expensive. It's not a Louis Vuitton bag or something of that sort, which starts from 1 lakh, right? So it is expensive enough for a college kid to show that he has money, but not expensive enough for him to cry over it more than 6 months, right? So 6 months you might feel bad if your shoes get stolen, but apart from them, they're pretty affordable. I think 10,000. If you can afford those kind of shoes, you buy it to do some show off. So this is that marketplace, and they provide authentic shoes according to them, and they want to be the authentic fancy shoe provider in India, and they got a valuation of 2 crore, and because they have a gross margin of 60%, and in the last year they made sales worth 30 lakh rupees. So gross margin of 60%, very interesting, because it comes from a marketplace model, right? They are not actually producing those shoes, but they have inherent risks in this business where the buyer and seller can talk outside their app and come up with a deal. Why would they need the security of this app? And that is why the app has to certify the purchase and provide additional benefits like warranty, guarantee, and maintenance and stuff like that. So people go through the app and complete their purchases through the app. So there is still some work to do, but looks like a picking up concept in India. Not something I would be interested in another fashion wannabe statement kind of companies. So I'll give it a pass, but got a valuation of 2 crore. Moving on to number 14, Hammer. Okay, this is the worst entrepreneur I saw on the show, and everybody on the everybody I talked to agrees that this guy was one of the worst entrepreneurs on the show. He just came to sell hammer to Aman and start working with Aman, and there is nothing wrong with it. If I had a chance to work with my idol, I would definitely do this. But to come on national televised show where when people are working for you in their offices and they're going to see this show being aired live, and their CEO is selling their company, it just feels really wrong for the employees. For this guy, I'm happy that he gets a chance to work with Aman. Looks like something he really wanted to do, and he sold his entire brand off, and hopefully he'll create something great with Aman now as Aman's number 2. The valuation he got is 2.5 crore, even though the sale that he made was 10 crore. So look at the margin. He didn't mention any margin, but this guy knows how to create a brand, how to sell things, how to do a lot many things end to end. But he just wanted to work with Aman and reduce the stress in his life, I think. So that's fine. On number 13 is Carragreen. Carragreen is these two ladies who are Saas Bahu, and they created this box which is reusable. You can eat in it. It has a spoon and whatnot. So I've seen this concept. It's a very old concept. I don't know how Sharks invested in this. There is no patent or anything. They are just doing integration. So what this company is doing well is they are basically doing good execution, and they are trying to integrate with Zomato and other Horeca people, right? So that's why probably Sharks gave them some valuation, because they saw that they are doing some legwork on top of other people. So Yeah, it's just that box which is reusable and it reduces plastic, which is a very good green cause, and it can scale, nothing like that. But there is no patent. I don't know if why local providers will not jump into this and create these boxes and then send them over to everyone. Right? So how much will it scale is completely a guess. The valuation that they got is 2.5 crore, which is very good. The gross margin is 23%, which is so bad. I don't know where they are manufacturing this stuff and how can they work with a 23% margin is very difficult, I think. And last year sales were 11 lakhs. So because I think they have an integration with Haldiram on the spoon business, they have a lot of revenue. But apart from that, I don't know how the box business, which is their main business, will scale. Moving on to number 12, ARR Surfaces. Yeah, this ARR Code Surfaces was this company created by this painter who worked across in Middle East, and then he realized that India has no surface paint, and he came back with a more green product which is chemical free, so that people are not exposed to harmful chemicals in their own house, right? So a very good green product and very stylish product. People like to do one or two walls in their house with fancy coating, and it's a really scalable product. But my only concern is there are the paint industry is like mentioned on the show, is a distribution business. It's a very difficult business. The sharks on top, Asian Paints, Berger, Indigo Paints, are really the distribution networks are so dense, and after COVID, uh, even the smaller paint players have to wrap up their shop and go home, because nobody can afford selling paint at this cost, because there is no margin left to give to the distributors, right? So that is why your distribution network collapses, and that is why you cannot scale the paint business here. This other guy has a interior design company which can help in some distribution, but the main core distribution is a very difficult business, and I don't understand why big players like Asian Paints and Indigo and Berger will not jump onto this if it reaches this massive scale. Probably they'll buy this, probably they'll create something in house, but they would just create something in house and kill the competition, right? So although I wish best of luck to this poor guy, he has worked hard, and he's a good entrepreneur, a very hard working guy, and I hope that his company reaches a good scale and he retires successfully. The valuation that he got is 3.3 crore. The gross margin is 50%, excellent. So that leaves some room to advertise. And the last year sales is 1.5 crore. Again, very good. It can definitely scale to 10 times this size. But apart from that, like a true Asian Paints or Berger Paints scale, I don't think this guy has that opportunity to scale. On number 11 is Let's Try. Let's Try is this business which was created by these four people. They are a family, and they are trying to pool a bunch of resources from their job salaries and from otherwise to help someone who's hospitalized. I think a kid is hospitalized in their family, so a very emotional background for this product. And they are doing snacking industry, which is the most popular in food industry, where you can sell and get a lot more margin as compared to other food products which are more staple. So the snacking industry has a lot of margin, and the product looks good. It's not healthy or anything. They didn't. It's healthier is what they said, which is fine. So it tastes good at least. So there is market for more snacking products. The valuation that they got is 3.75 crore. The gross margin is decent. That leaves a lot of room for advertisement, as I said earlier. And the last year sales were 1.8 crore as well. So a fair business, and yeah, a lot of other players in this business. So if they could sell goods worth 1.8 crore, that there must be something good in the business, and that's why they made so much sales, right? So probably it will scale, probably it won't. A risky business at best. Alright, on number 10 is Road Bounce. Road Bounce is this small little bot created by the gentleman which analyzes the number of potholes on the road, the number of speed breakers as well on the road. So a very interesting concept, and this can be sold to government agencies like this gentleman is doing, and probably provide maintenance work for the government, and analysis of how many roads need to be developed across the country, and which is a very good project. Like technically speaking, this is a very important project and a very well executed one as well. um, the valuation that he got is 4 crore, and the sale that he made last year was 2.5 crore. So he's getting contracts. Although this might be a little one dimensional, but it is a very good business according to me. It's just a very novel idea to analyze potholes and then provide this data to the government, which will then take out tenders and fix those roads, and just those roads, right? So the government doesn't have to overspend. A very novel idea. On number 9 is Auli. Auli is this beauty product, again, a standard beauty product, beauty products, I should say. This is created by this woman who, in very early stages, 2 years down the line, she's just started out, and she's kind of confused. What I remember from her pitch is she does not have any business background, and she was getting confused and tensed on the stage. So she definitely needs a co-founder, like the shark said. But she has a good product because she's making a great amount of revenue. And apart from that, I don't think anything is distinguishing in her product, or as I could remember. Her valuation for Auli was 5 crore, which is a decent valuation, but that is just because of the beauty segment. The beauty segment is picking up in India right now, so any good products, if the distribution is correct, if the price is correct, will get sold. Gross margin is 80%, which is excellent. She can invest a lot in marketing and branding and new customer acquisition, and definitely that will drive her revenues up and drive her profits up as well. Last year's sale is 2.5 crore, which is amazing. On number 8 is Beyond Water. I don't know why this company is called Beyond Water. It has nothing to do with water. It is basically a fruit or a flavoring on top of water, like rasna was, I think, and then that's just it. So, and this is mainly used for the alcohol industries, I understand it from the show. So it has nothing to do with water. They claim that people will drink more water because of this, but I've never drank more water because it tastes good, right? I didn't drink rasna, I don't drink glucon D because I don't drink water in the first place. So I don't think these guys are actually going for a behavioral change. They just wanted to advertise their product in that way, but overall it's just some flavor on top of water, which is for the alcohol industry. Because alcohol industry is there, the margins will be great and the sales will be great and the valuation will be great. So it's currently valued at 5 crore, which is slightly less according to me for an alcohol industry, but I think they came to Shark Tank not for valuation, but came for guidance, and then they got their guidance in the sharks, which are interested in expanding in alcohol industry. And last year sales, like I said, would be very high because it's mainly used in alcohol, right? So 1.2 crore worth of sales, but the valuation is only of 5 crores. So, and the margin cannot be pretty low because the product has no making cost, and it's priced at 200 rupees. So yeah, a great business, but again aiding the alcohol industry, which don't want to invest in the alcohol industry. It's just doesn't suit me. So yeah, but a great business, I would say. On number 7, we have VStock. VStock is this great tech company created by these two guys, and it monitors the heat cycle for a cow, for a buffalo, for cattle in general. So these guys come from a background of cattle farmers, and they have faced issues with cattle health, cow health, and maintaining their heat cycle. By heat cycle, I mean cows need to be pregnant to produce milk continuously, right? So there is artificial insemination that is done into cows, and the body temperature can be monitored through different devices. And these guys have proposed a device for an ear tag. So you add an ear tag to the cow or buffalo, and then you can monitor their heat cycle and also generic metrics about their health and safety, right? So a really good invention, a really tech driven invention. And in an agro based economy like us, where there are a lot of cow herders and a lot of cattle farmers, this makes a lot of sense. And there is another market which these guys are tapping, and that is the international market. Internationally, large farmers have thousands and thousands of cows and buffaloes, and they have to monitor their heat cycles and their health as well. So this is a great product which can scale into international market as well. The valuation that they got is 6 crore, which I think was a little on the lesser side given the sophistication of the product and the need of the product. But it's fine. It's a fair valuation. And the amount of sales that they did last year was 54 lakhs, which is amazing. And they have more pending orders in this current year. So the sale will definitely be double this year. And that's why I thought that the valuation of 6 crore was very less, looking at the market size and the market opportunity. But it's fair. A great tech company. On number 6, we have Vidyalaya. I think this is one of my favorite, if not the favorite, innovation that has to come through Shark Tank. This is these two couple. One of them is a very veteran corporate guy. The guy is from corporate sector, and the woman is from a psychology background, and they have come together with this great product where they're going to teach students from standard 5 through 10 and make sure that the students who are stuck in these grades graduate from standard 10, right? That is where the major hurdle is. If you analyze the Indian education system, there is a lot of support from standard 1 through 5 where there is free education. Not that there is no free education from 5 through 10, but the number of schools and the number of classrooms that are working for education from 5 through 10 are very few and far in between in rural India, right? So the problem for 5 through 10 is really major, and nobody's tackling this problem. And then from 10 onwards, if you do manage to graduate 10th, and then you have other schemes available in the government which can take you towards graduation and towards some sort of home science or any other thing which is more government assisted. But that major hurdle where people in the lower economic background fail to pursue their education is from this 5 through 10. And this is come they just came up with just great research, and he has left his job, a very cushy job, and looking at him, he can definitely continue another 5 through 10 years, and it will be a very well earning job for him, very well respected job. And he came back to give to society, and there is no other motive that I could think of why this guy would invest his time and put so much effort in this endeavor of graduating young kids through in India, right? So a great effort. The valuation that they got is 10 crores, which I think is fair. The opportunity is there, but more than the opportunity, it's a very well-meaning cause, and I don't know how revenues will work for them, because the sector is very disintegrated, and the model will have to cater to that disintegration as well. So the last year sale is 5 crores, so you can see that the market size is really good, the market opportunity is good, and the cause is also good. So kudos to Vidyalaya, and really hope from my bottom of my heart, if I could say, that this thing really works out and we see at least a bump in graduation of 10th standard for our young Indians. Moving on 5 is the Yarn Bazaar. Again, a very good entrepreneur and a very stable product. What a pitch this was. He knows this industry inside out. His parents have worked in the yarn industry, in the textile industry. What a great detailed pitch. He knew where to invest, what product to build, how to market the product, and what kind of margins to keep for the product. A very detailed pitch. Again, a very investable business. What a great business this is. And no wonder you see it in one of the top 5 businesses, right? For episodes 10 through 20. But when we consolidate our all rankings, I think this will still be the top 5 businesses that we've seen in Shark Tank this year. The Yarn Bazaar has got a valuation of 12.5 crore, which is very good for a marketplace. Again, remember, this is just a textile marketplace, but the vision for this guy is he'll create a marketplace and then he'll dive into manufacturing. A great vision and a very sustainable vision. Many marketplaces have done the same thing and have been very successful. Gross margin is 1.5% because this is the marketplace margin. You can't have much more margin in this business, is what we've gained from this pitch. So that's fair. And the last year sales were a whopping 120 crore. Imagine if from a small website he's been generating revenues of 120 crore today. If they were to 10 times when he improves his product, and then just get a 10% margin product, manufacture a 10% margin product, that would itself lead a 12 crore net revenue on this great product, right? So whatever valuation he has got today, in 3 years his valuation can easily go 5 times, 6 times, or even more, because he'll start manufacturing, right? So what a great guy, and what a great product. I was really fan of this pitch. On number 4 we have State Plate, a very surprising number 4 valuation for me. This was this company created by these two young entrepreneurs, and they are trying to bring forward the state delicacies and everything that a state or a region is famous for on their website. And they made a good pitch. The problem is they don't have proper branding, and nobody will know what they're actually truly famous for, and the packaging and the name is also very generic. You don't know what you'll get from State Plate as opposed to Haldiram's, which has a North Indian feel to it, right? You know you'll get great North Indian products, but not probably not great South Indian products when you see Haldiram. So probably the naming, packaging will need some redo. But yeah, a great idea. I don't think it was a really innovative idea, but I think, yeah, the idea is okay. The valuation that they got is 13.3 crore, which is slightly surprising for me. The gross margin is 30%, which is just borderline okay. I don't know why their margins are so much, and I think this again comes back to their business model, right? They are into too many things, and they're trying too many things, and everything takes a lot of distribution network, a lot of shipping cost, packaging cost that they are also incurring. So if they had a more streamlined strategy, this would not be their gross margin. And the last year sales were 3 crore, which is fine for a snacking business, right? It's not great, it's not bad. It's an okay business, but yeah, the valuation was 13.3. I think because it's a snacking business, and whoever takes this up, or whoever signed up for these two, will improve the manufacturing, improve the branding, and just keep those products and just sell those products which have great gross margins, right? So that would be my idea of the future of this company, and then it will scale definitely 10 times if it works. If it does not, then that's it. On number 3 we have Renal Project. Yeah, a very interesting idea as well. A very good cause, but it came from a very business oriented idea. The cause is great, but the market is also there. It's a bed occupancy business, kind of what you will see in hotels as well, where people have to come in this product. They have to come for dialysis, and in the remote parts there is a scarcity of dialysis beds, and this guy has an idea to come up with small hospitals or small places where he'll put 3 to 5 beds and help those patients in need. So a good cause, but a business oriented project. And yeah, the valuation for this is 16.6 crore. Very generous valuation, I would say, because although the need is there, it's a very difficult business to set up, to keep on maintaining, and then to scale as well, right? So there is competition in this business, where other dialysis players are also playing on the for the same audience, and you will have to keep your margins thin, your costing correct, even for to attract patients, right? And definitely this can scale to any number, right? If this were to scale, a good hospital in itself would value itself around 100 crore, right? One hospital, one branch would be 100 crores. But yeah, that is not what the vision for this product is, but it is valued at 16 crore, and last year sales are at 3 crore. So let's see how this goes. A very risky business according to me, with thinner margins and hard execution. A very tough business. On number 2 we have Thinkerbell. Yeah, I think this would be one of the most talked about businesses in Shark Tank India. This is the business where they are helping visually impaired students to learn the alphabet, to learn numbers, to learn to read. A very noble cause, very generous cause, and something that we can all get behind. But the problem came when the business strategy was being discussed, and you can see that they went to the manufacturing side because they saw money abroad, right? So they don't care about solving the problem back home. They'd rather solve the problem abroad and then manufacture and then probably do some CSR activities for India. The model could have been easily tweaked to do a paper use model, as said on the show, right? So something that these guys should definitely think about if they want to go into manufacturing. But I think because they are young and because they want to be really successful right now, they will definitely go on the manufacturing model where there is more money, right? And probably 10 years down the line, this will come back to India with a more CSR, or with a more philanthropic mindset, and help our people as well. So this was the guy. The kid is great. He presented one of the best pitches in Shark Tank without even knowing it, and he has a hand on this device, and I hope that a lot of visually impaired kids get a hand on this device and learning reading and writing through this device. The valuation that they got is 35 crores, a very good valuation, but the product was excellent. The product quality is excellent. The market is big, the market is global, the manufacturing is in control. So a lot of good things that went behind this pitch. And the last year's sales were 5 crore, but this could definitely go scale to 10 times, and you can see that the valuation is realized within the next 2 to 3 years. On number one, we have Bamboo India. Bamboo India is one of the best pitches that I've seen on Shark Tank India this season. What a great product! What great innovation! They started their business with making a lot of manufacturing through bamboo and trying to reduce plastic waste. But the plastic toothbrush idea that they just stuck to it, and now they are the leading bamboo toothbrush provider in India, and they work with OEMs. They work with brands like Taj, where you can see bamboo products in your rooms, and they are made by Bamboo India. So what great execution! What a great idea! You always hear things in the eco space where people are trying to go green, and they are trying very fancy things to reduce plastic, but nobody's trying the really simple things and improving the manufacturing process and taking the cost down and making this toothbrush affordable. So they removed, imagine removing all the dependency on plastic toothbrushes, and that itself is a great reduction in plastic across households in India and across the globe, right? So what a great product and what a great pitch from these two guys. The valuation is a whopping 142 crores, and I would justify this valuation. If I heard this pitch, and if I heard their product and the success that they have, I would have jumped onto through the investment channel right away. Whatever market that they are trading in, primary, secondary market, I would have bought their stock. I would have invested in this company at this stage. A very mature company, a very well executed company, and follows the go green principle, and it takes it to a very next level. The gross margin is whopping 66%. What a great gross margin! If they were to brand this better, what can they can even reduce prices for more poorer countries. They have everything in their hand. What a great execution play this is. And last year sales are 4 crores. Definitely after Shark Tank India, I guarantee you that they will sell at least 12 crore worth of goods in the next year, because there are people like me who would definitely go and buy them. The price point is accurate. The price point is not something fancy for a green product where it just becomes a 200 rupee brush because it's a green product, right? Nope, it's a 45 rupee toothbrush, and it's competing with plastic on the price point as well. So great execution. So that's it. These are the top companies for episodes 10 through 20. If you like this video, we'll keep on doing this for episode 20 to 30, and I'll see you later. Thank you.